want to just stare at my own face. I like staring at everybody else's faces. Brad, your setup's cool. Where are you? Home?
I'm down in an office. I do a podcast
Nice.
for hockey, so that's why kind of
Very cool.
a little bit more set up than I need to be for these, but
Hey, whatever works. I like it. All right, we will give everybody another minute. There's some people coming on. All right, guys, we are going to get started, even though I like my jams and I don't really want to turn off my music, but I will. Robin, you got the waiting room?
Yep, I'll handle it.
Perfect. All right, how's everybody doing?
Well,
I see lots of thumbs up. If you can be on camera, I would love it. And I appreciate those of you that are on camera. So we are going to kick off our Agent Launch University. I know some of you are already familiar with it. Raise your little hands if you have been to an ALU before today. So I see some. I know Sarah has. Alejandra, haven't you been to a couple? So this starts the whole new, I guess, semester. We'll stick with the school theme, semester. It's the same information as the last round, but it's starting fresh now. So we kick off with the first one, which is our 15-day boot camp. And really, it's a great chance for you guys to meet and get to know other people that are going to be going through this semester, so to speak, with you. A lot of people that have done this before, this is also like Ignite. If you've done Ignite, you go through the entire coursework with the same group of people, and it really helps you to get to know people. It helps you to learn from others, ask questions, from the other people. You kind of get in these little groups and you get accountability partners and go through everything together. So you can preview homes together. Some of you here, I know Alejandro meets with a couple of the people here in the office all the time, and they're kind of doing everything together, which, I mean, Alejandro, wouldn't you say that it's much better like having that kind of go-to person?
oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's really easy to make excuses for myself, but when it comes to someone else, it's really hard to do that.
Yeah, see, right? Because you commit to that other person that you're going to show up, that you're going to be here, that you're going to do this and that. So it just it holds you accountable. And there's something to say. Ray just popped on, and he doesn't even know, but I'm going to call him out right now. Ray is one of our other team leaders, and so we are also in a group with each other, with our team leaders, where we can hold each other accountable. We report our numbers every night. We have a morning phone call every single morning. So we also hold each other accountable to what we're supposed to be doing. So it's the same thing with going through a class like this and meeting a group of people that are also starting off or at the same level or close in production and their career in real estate. Maybe you find somebody else that's working and you're working, and you guys can work together on, your schedules and holding each other accountable. So I really do challenge you to kind of see who in this group you could kind of connect with. We can even go through, actually, let's do this. On your screen, the top 3 little dots, if you hover over your screen, the top 3 little dots, you can change your name. So it says rename. So if you guys all see that, why don't you rename yourselves? You can keep your name, like mine can still say Lena, but do the office that you're in. So people can say like, oh, cool, Alejandro's in my office, so I can connect with him. You know what I mean? So that you can see other people that are in your office, and then maybe you guys can be accountability partners through this semester of Agent Launch University, especially for this 15-day boot camp, which is so amazing and so important in boosting and starting your business. Let me ask a question. How many have been licensed now and in the business for less than 1 month? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I see 4 hands for less than a month. How many have been in less than 2 months? Okay. What about less than 3 months? Okay, I see 1 more hand. Less than 6 months? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so has anybody been licensed longer than 6 months? Ray. Sung? Sung, when did you get licensed? You're muted.
She said last May in the comments.
Oh. Okay. Oh, and then I see Chris's hand is up too. Okay, so I challenge you guys to find out, look on here and see who's in your office. I see several of my East Siders in the house. So you guys can maybe connect with one another, and then other people that are in other offices also connect with people in your office. So we're gonna dive into the 15-day boot camp. Now, this is an open discussion, so if you guys have questions or any, or if you've done any of this, I would love to hear your experience too. And, you know, just kind of raise your hand or start talking. It's open, we can all just kind of chat. But, so the 15-day boot camp is a way to kickstart, right? So even if you've been licensed since last May, like Sung, you can still do this, and it's going to kickstart you, right? And it's going to show results. They say that what you do now, Ray and I talk about this all the time with our team leaders, what we do today shows up in 90 days. So if today my numbers suck, I got to think back like, what was I doing 90 days ago, right? Well, it was right after the holidays, winter, you know. So you have to look at it like that. That's like a huge thing in real estate, right? So what you do today is going to show up usually pretty much in 90 days. So if you do these things that we're going to talk about in this 15-day boot camp, which we are going to send out to all of you. So anybody that's on here that's registered, Robin's going to email out this document so you guys will have a copy of it. And also we throw this challenge out every single time. Email me. I'll throw my email contact in the chat. Email me and tell me who your accountability partner is, and tell me that you're doing this, and then follow up with me and tell me. Sean Brown is not on this, but he was our rock star that was in our first session of ALU, which was I'm going with the semester thing because I really like that. But the first semester we did this, the very first one, he was in it, and he is the only person out of that group that emailed us, me and Via, and told us when he was doing this stuff, who he was doing it with, and guess who's like killing it right now? He is. Shocker. If you do the activities, then you see the results, right? So I challenge you guys to email me, and I hope that I get 22 emails from every person. Well, not 22 from each of you, but 22 total, 1 from each of you, that you're doing this, okay? So diving in, who has a database set up? Sarah Schramm. Sarah Schramm's not going to be Sarah Schramm after this next weekend because she's getting married, so she's going to have a different last name. So Sarah, you have your database. Where do you have that database? I'm calling you out, sorry.
In Command.
Love it, which everybody has access to Command. Everybody has Command for free. If you don't have your login, talk to your the ASC or somebody in your office that can help get you your login information. Haley,
I also had them extract the data to an Excel spreadsheet so that I can upload it to other places easier too if I need to. So
yes, perfect. Okay, and probably it was easy to take it from the Excel spreadsheet and be able to upload it into Command, right?
I manually uploaded everything to Command, but then when I realized I needed to update it in other places, I thought it'd be easier to have the spreadsheet if I needed to. So
there is also training for uploading stuff into Command. There is a spreadsheet that Command has, if you're going the Command route, that is a pre-made spreadsheet that you can put in all the information that you have, and then you just take that and upload it into Command. Pretty much any software, Brevity, Boomtown, any of that stuff, if you're going to use any of those, if you're on a team, sometimes they, a lot of teams here use Brevity. Same thing. They have the spreadsheet already made that you just input your information and then you can upload it and it'll have it all put in. So Sarah, where did you get your database? Was it just your whole sphere of people you know?
yeah, I went through every single contact in my phone. There were some that didn't make sense to have us in my network, but yeah, I just went through every single person in my phone and just kind of added the ones I thought made the most sense. So
perfect. And so I hear from a lot of people like, well, I don't have a database. I don't really know, like a lot of people. And the answer to that is, what is this? Because I know when I go to my contacts in my phone right now, there's like 5,000 people. This is your database. If you go to Starbucks every single morning, the barista there that helps and serves your coffee, that's your database. If you go to the same Safeway 18 times a day, like we do in my family, all those people that work there, those are your database. Your family, your friends, your school workers, my kids' softball coach, all of those people, all the people that you know, that's your database. And you want to put them all in. And you may think, well, why would I put in my mom that lives in California? I can't sell her a house. No, but yep, exactly. I can't sell her a house, but you bet your bottom that I found her an agent when she wanted to buy a house, and I got a referral for that.
Yeah, I originally just put people that lived in Washington State, and then I went through it again and added everyone else just in case. So yeah.
Yep. And then you can tag them.
Yeah.
So you can tag them out of state or however you want to do it. You can come up, and I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but you can come up with campaigns for those tags of specifically emails going out to people out of state about how you can help them, because they may not even think of you as being able to help them, but it's your job to let them know. So anyways, I digress. Back to database. I mean, that is database, right? Everybody should have a database set up. And the deal for this 15-day boot camp, which we're going to say starts, you want to say it starts tomorrow? Or tomorrow's Friday? You want to say it starts tomorrow? Or you want to say Monday and give yourself the weekend to get that database going? Let's say Monday. I'm challenging you guys. It's going to start Monday. We're going to do it. 15 days. So I challenge you by Monday to have 200 names on that spreadsheet to upload into Command. I saw Asa's eyes kind of go, ugh. You can do this. 200 names, neighbors, friends, old coworkers. I will give you a list of every place you can think of. Church, your family, your sisters, brothers, aunts, trainer, whatever. I don't know. Making it up as I go. Anybody. Okay. Oh yes, Robin, the memory jogger. That is the best document. It jogs your memory of everybody that you know that can be in this database. You know what else I did? Here's a little tip also. When I started, I also was like, well, I'm not from here. I don't really have like a database. I went on Facebook, and I have a lot of people on Facebook. And that's where I started pulling names from. I would just look who's online right now. That's who I contacted. So the memory jogger document is awesome. So I want everybody to have 200 people on a spreadsheet by Monday. I'll work on it with you guys too, okay? So the best way to do this, oh, here's some more. So the best way, and I'm reading from my notes, that's why I'm turning this way, sorry. The best way to do this is to sit in front of your computer and put your headphones on. Think about each category of friends and family in your life that are local. Also out of state, because, right, referrals, that can be a whole separate list of people. Then go back and search, or you start dumping all the names. Then you go back and search for the numbers and emails, okay? So what I suggest is to take that spreadsheet from command first. You don't need to start dumping names on a separate piece of paper and then switch them all to this document. Just start with that document on your computer screen and start dumping the names. This is me typing, that's what I'm doing, typing the names, okay? So start typing all the names. Oh yeah, so-and-so, oh yeah, did it, right? And here's a list also, some memory jogger things. Former or current work colleagues, except don't put all the agents in this office, right? Because that's not who you're gonna reach out to. Former or current clients, sports teams for you and or your kids, other parents if you have kids, church, hobbies, gym, PTSA, nonprofit organizations or charities that you're involved with, your own social circle, family friends, friends of other family members, friends of your spouse's family, people in your neighborhood, people in your building, and that could be your work building or your home building if you live in a condo or apartment, networking groups that you're a part of. Another trick is to think of who you would send a holiday card or graduation announcement to. And then not on this list is what I also said about Facebook. Go on Facebook, see who is on there. Look through your phone, literally just start scrolling through your phone. If you're like me, you're gonna find names and you won't even know who they are. But anybody that you do know, put on there. Yes, Sarah's shaking her head, yes. Okay, any questions about the database part? You guys think you can find some people? I think so. Ray's saying yes. Yeah. So we'll get that memory jogger thing out to you. If you don't know where to find the spreadsheet, you know what? I will download it and send that in the email too. Okay, Robin? Remind me, I'll download it from command.
That's so funny. I literally just downloaded it to put
Did
it in
you?
email. Yeah.
And you know why? If anybody doesn't know Robin, our brains are connected. Like me and Robin's brains are literally just molded
On the
together.
same page.
Yep. Love her. Okay, so Robin's gonna send that also, so you don't even have to do it. So you will download it and you can literally just start typing your stuff in there, okay? So the next thing that you are going to do, and don't start thinking right now, like, well, what am I gonna do with that database? Don't worry, just do the database. Just do the spreadsheet. We'll work on what you're gonna do after, okay? Preview 50 homes. So I know you think like, oh my gosh, it's so many, da 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 da. It's okay. You're gonna do it. Here's why. Previewing homes teaches you so much. What are you gonna do when you have buyers? You're gonna be previewing homes. You want to be the expert to your client, right? So I live in Snohomish. I would pick Snohomish to preview homes. Maybe you want to go preview some in other areas too to get an idea, but I want to be the expert in Snohomish where I live. You can choose to be the expert where you live, or you can just kind of circle around. But the idea is that you want to learn how to open a lockbox, how it all works, how long it's going to take you. You want to learn different homes. You want to pay attention to how you're going to park in certain areas. You want to pay attention to the layouts of houses. You want to get to know the pricing. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, if a house in Snohomish where I live is overpriced, underpriced, how quickly it's going to sell or anything. Because if you've been on any class with me, I'm obsessed with Snohomish, and I will literally just look at houses daily on the MLS to see how long they were listed for, how much over they went pending for, all of that. You want to know all that information so that when you walk into a house, and you will get, if you go preview 50 homes right now, you will walk into a house and go, oh, this is overpriced, right? Because you start learning by going out and doing. You start learning by going and looking at all these homes. Now, another part of this challenge that we have on, that you'll see on the document we're going to email out, is that it does say to go preview homes in a couple different areas, or more than a couple. I mean, you know, Seattle, you want to go north, you want to go south, you want to check out the different areas. Also because you want to know the price comparison. You want to know what $500,000 is going to get. Well, $500,000 is not going to get you anything on the east side, but you want to know that. And you want to know the comparison, right, in each area. So this says there are rules to our little challenge for the previewing 50 homes. You must preview at least one type of each residence below at minimum. So a single family that is vacant, and please always read the MLS showing instructions first, because the last thing you want to do is just show up and walk in and somebody's like on the couch in their pajamas watching Netflix or something. A single family home that has an alarm, that may be hard to find, but see if you can find one. Should say on the MLS showing instructions how to disable it, or it's off, or whatever. A new construction. There's lots of new construction, so those should be easy to find. If you are having trouble in the MLS search, just type 2021 plus in your search to see where the new builds are. A new construction that has a site agent in place, ask them about the customer registration policy. Do you guys know what that is? It's super important to understand that, because if you have a client and they go look at a new construction home and they don't put you on that registration list, guess what? You're not getting paid. And I don't mean to sound harsh, but it's harsh. Because if I have Ray as a client, and let's say we're not like super close friends, which is a lie, we totally are. But if we like don't really know each other that well, and I've showed him a couple homes, and him and his wife are just driving by on a Sunday and they see this beautiful new construction and they're like, oh, that looks cool, let's go check it out. And they go out and just tour it. They still want to use me, they love me, but they just don't fill out the paperwork with my information. And then guess what? Next week I go to write an offer for them. The site's gonna go, cool, we'll take this offer, but we ain't paying you, Lena. And Ray knows that because he worked in that field too. It's not happening. So you need to instruct your clients. And we talk about this more also in the buyer consultation class, but you have to make your clients aware that if they do go to any of those new construction sites, they put your information. Again, sometimes they go off on tangents. Just stay with me. You should go check out a new construction home in your showing and ask them about their registration information and their policy. So a condo, we have on here a condo in downtown Seattle, because it's always fun to figure out the parking. But guess what? That's going to happen. You're going to need to know that, and how to get into the building, and all of that, right? 2+ unit and condo in downtown Seattle and Bellevue, with or without a doorman, that has multiple listings for sale in the same building. Bonus, you can preview both, right? So you get a couple down, but it's also nice to compare the two, what they're listed at. And another way to search this is if you go on the MLS search, where you can type like active and dollar amount, bedroom. If you go to the bottom of that screen, you type the little add button. This is going to save you so many times. You're welcome in advance. You can type the project name. So let's say you find a condo listing, look at the project name. You can type that project name and it'll pull up all the units that are active, pending, or ever sold. Which is, side note, also really good to know if you're looking for clients and you want to see if maybe they have an assessment coming. You can look on the condo project to see if there's a lot for sale. That's kind of a red flag, or a lot recently sold too. Anyways. And then also for the preview challenge, it says 2 homes in Kirkland, 2 homes in Seattle, 2 homes in Bellevue, and then lists, several areas. So just kind of scatter around to get an idea of the different areas. I suggest doing this with, shocker, a partner. A, it's more fun. B, you guys can talk about it. You notice different things. Take an afternoon, we know that at least in this area on the east side and around here, there's a lot that goes live on Thursdays. So maybe Thursday afternoon, Friday morning, pull up the recently listed and go take a tour and look at several together, Talk about them. I mean, you could pretend to be like showing each other, Robin says, try to only tour vacant homes so as not to disrupt occupants. I mean, I think you should learn how to book showings that have people living in there too. And maybe you do have buyers for the homes, Also, if you're ever talking to the listing agent about and you're just previewing, and they say, oh, do you have a buyer? Yeah, yes, I have clients that may be interested. You don't have to give them any more information than that. Okay, any questions about the previewing? You guys can meet at the office and carpool. All right, so the next part of the 15-day challenge is committing to in-office time. And I know it's hard if you're working or you have kids, I get it. But if you can commit to even coming in just for like a sales meeting once a week or one class once a week, it will help you for so many reasons. You'll meet other people, you'll learn the office, it gets you committed. If you don't start coming in the beginning, when are you going to start coming in, right? So it helps you just to get involved, to meet people, to be surrounded by other people doing the same thing. If you can't come in person, attend the classes and trainings at minimum on Zoom. I know Sarah is on every single Zoom that we have. And she's at home with 2 twin little babies. So she's on every Zoom. So you do what you can and you make it work, right? If you want this career and you want to make it happen, you have to participate and do the task. So that is why one of the challenges is in your first even 90 days, try to come to the office as much as possible. Our sales meetings are Tuesdays, so Tuesdays are a really good day. Actually, everybody's are Tuesdays. We try to have a mastermind beforehand, some sort of class in the afternoon. We always bring food, so food's good. Alejandro knows I really like to push food around here because I feel like it's a great way to bribe people to come in. You can't get the food if you're on Zoom. So try to come in. Any questions about that? Okay. Open houses. Raise your hand if you've done an open house. Yes. Ray. Ray cracks me up. If you have not done an open house, you should definitely shadow somebody doing one. Oh, Haley's done 5? What? That's amazing. If you have not done the open house class, you need to do the open house class. Robin, do we still have the video of the open house class that we send out?
Yes, we definitely do. I can put that in the
Or at
email
least-
as well.
Okay, I didn't know if that was, if we just have it in the east side that we send it out. I mean, anybody can watch it.
Totally.
Totally watch the open house class. Okay, it's the ins and outs, do's and don'ts of doing an open house. Shadow somebody if you can. Partner with somebody. Sarah went with one of our top agents here to do an open house. You learn from that person, right? Maybe you see something they're doing that you wouldn't want to do, but you learn, and it just getting there and being in front of the people and watching them talk to people, like there's something to be said going and doing it, right? And if you need people that in your office that you want to shadow, just ask your team leader and we can get you a list. The ALC should all let you shadow them. So meet with our preferred lender and title rep. So we have a couple mortgage lenders right now with BKCO Mortgage. One of them, who is my favorite, is Jennifer Rogers, because she used to be the MCA up there. She's been with the company forever, and now she is a lender for BKCO Mortgage. So even just connecting with her, and we can also get you her contact information, just to introduce yourself. It's just nice to start building that relationship so that when you do get clients that are looking, you can be like, oh, hey, Jennifer, I have, my friend Sarah's looking. Here's her information. And then our title rep, our title is amazing. Darren Hamilton, oh my gosh. And the two girls that work with him, Brittany and Amy, are both incredible. They're awesome. I use them on every deal. And so we can connect you with them too. Darren's always willing to chat or answer any questions and help anybody out. Oh, Robin just put in the chat, the ALU class that's on May 26th is the Open House 101 class. Perfect. Schedule to meet with your DB, or at least introduce yourself and attend those contracts classes. So Janine is Kirkland's designated broker. She reaches out to everybody new, so I'm sure anybody with the East Side has already seen, talked to, or heard from her. She's amazing. She does our contract classes twice a week. If I could use the word mandatory, those are mandatory. I know everybody's 1099, but if you want to learn contracts, which, surprise, you're going to be writing some people's biggest contracts of their life, you need to know them. So you need to attend those. So part of the 15-day quick start bootcamp challenge is going to those contract classes, meeting your DB. Raise your hand if you love Janine. Okay, and then Ignite. Has anybody done Ignite or started Ignite? Okay, Ignite is starting again on April 25th, I think. Robin, is that correct?
Yeah, it starts April 25th, and I will drop the link in the chat with details, registration, schedule, all of that.
Perfect. So a brief rundown on Ignite. Ignite is a class that is for definitely all brand new agents. It's really for any agent that's doing less than like 16 transactions a year, anybody that wants a refresher. It is everything that you didn't learn in real estate school, which is what the real title should be. It's a class on how to work with a buyer, how to work with a seller, how to negotiate, how to close the deal. It's such great information. And ALU, which is this course, Agent Launch University, is just a little bit different, and they're both supplemental to each other. Ignite is all on Zoom also, because Zoom is like the thing, right? So ALU is, buyer presentation. We cover listing presentation. We have this boot camp. We have the open house class. It's more, I would say, hands-on fundamentals. And then Ignite is the processes of like working with a buyer. So they're similar, but they're not all the same information. They definitely are hand in hand and complement each other. So I would do both, but they're also all recorded and available on Zoom and not at the same time, so you can do both. So those are the things listed for the 15-day bootcamp challenge. And like I said, we're going to send that out. I do want to kind of cover things and throw out some things for your first 30 days. and then 60 days, and then after that. And I will send this out too. So you can take notes or not, or you can just kind of tune in. I'll send it out though. So for 30 days, the goal for 30 days would be to get one buyer broker agreement and or one listing agreement. So if you do all the things in the first 15 days and you have that database set up and you're having those contacts, what's a contact? Do you guys know what a contact is? Ray, what's a contact?
Two-way communication.
Yep. Two-way communication about real estate with a person. Doesn't matter. I don't care if it's in person, on the phone, via text, messenger, DM, Instagram, TikTok. I don't care. As long as it's two-way, back and forth about real estate, not just you soliciting real estate and the person telling you to kick rocks. Two-way real conversation. That's a contact. I forgot to say that the goal for the 15-day boot camp is 20 contacts a day. So if you are doing those contacts every single time, if it's somebody new, put them in your database, right? What I did for my contacts in the beginning, because I was afraid of the phone, is that I would message people on Facebook. True story. If the light was green on Facebook, meaning they were online, I made a promise to myself that every day when I went on, anybody green, I would talk to. I got a deal out of it. Actually, I've gotten several since then. But in the first couple of weeks of Ignite, doing this 20 contacts a day, I did get a deal from doing that. So you can steal my idea. You do it. 20 contacts a day. Okay, so first 30 days, buyer broker agreement or listing agreement. Establish that habit of 20 contacts a day. Calling your sphere, your database. You could call FISBOs, for sale by owner, expireds from the MLS, as long as you are doing that 20 contacts a day. Goal for first 30 days, 5 appointments. That could be coffee with people in your database. Just meet with them. Get in the habit of setting an appointment. Hey, do you want to go to coffee? It's a great touch, right? 20 nurtures. So nurtures, follow up, checking in, checking back with somebody that told you to get back to them. That's going to happen more as you go along too. Not so much right in the first couple of weeks, because you have to make the first contact to be able to have the follow-up and the nurture. And nurture is also just ongoing. And then another goal for your first 30 days is have your professional headshots taken. Check with your office to see, but I know for East Side, we bring a photographer here and set that up for everybody to book out different times to do that. Each office should do that every few months. And if they're not doing it, let me know and I'll tell you when our next one is, and you can at least have that option to come to Kirkland and do it. Okay, so that's it for the 30 days. I do have some 60 days. So 60-day challenges, total of 2 agreements, buyer or listing. Preview another 25 homes. So that's 75 total within your first 60 days. And remember, you can do 5 in one day. And that includes showing clients if you have clients looking. 10 appointments in the first 60 days. Buyer consult, listing consult, those count. Coffee with potential people or friends or sphere that you're talking about real estate, that counts. Everything counts in my book. Okay. Continuing that 20 contacts a day. Now, if you do 20 contacts a day, a new contact. It doesn't mean a brand new person you've never met. It means if I've never talked to Jennifer, she's not been one of my contacts yet, I'm putting her down. I can't put Jennifer down because she's my best friend and we talk every single day. I can't put her name down every day. So it's got to be 20 new contacts a day. Okay. So if you put, let's get out my calculator. Because really I only know how to multiply by 3s and divide by 3s. If you do 20 contacts a day, and what are we on, 60 days? 60 days, you're looking at 1,200 conversations by now in 60 days. Let that sink in. It's a lot. So continuing that 20 contacts a day. Now, big goals for after 60 days. It's actually 61 to 100 is what I have on this sheet. Total of 3 agreements or listings taken. Mutual, having at least 1 mutual after 60 days. 30 appointments total in your first 90 days. Reading the One Thing book. Have you guys heard of that book? It's this book. And Robin can throw the link in. Oh, Brad, you're reading it right now? It's good, huh?
Yeah, I just checked it out from the library. I didn't buy it, but it's at the
good.
library.
So the other really good one, which I'm just throwing this in now, is the One Thing podcast. It's really good. So this talks about, this is written by Gary Keller and Jay Papasan. And talks about focusing on your one thing. Focusing on that one thing so that it affects making everything else better. But so reading that book. And actually, I'm surprised we don't have on here reading MREA. Because you should read that. Sarah, you reading it? Or you have read it? This one?
I have it on Audible. I'm like halfway through.
I was just going to say, this is one that I suggest reading the real book and not Audible. Here's why. So you can listen to the Audible also, but there are so many, like, well, you can't really see in here. There's like checklists and diagrams and things like that that you can't see on the Audible.
Yeah, I realized as I was listening to it that it would probably be helpful to have a physical copy of that one. So
yeah. So if you come to my office, I have some here. But there's
I'll
just
be there
like,
tomorrow.
oh yay! There's just like charts and stuff, you know.
Okay.
And I am such a nerd. I like all the little quotes and stuff that they have on the side.
When I like taking notes on stuff too. So and
Yeah.
having something to refer back to, because the Audible is great, but yeah, I think it'd be nice to have a physical copy of that one.
So
I'm
this
a crazy highlighter and I have it on Audible as well. I need a physical copy.
See, I love Audible. Don't get me wrong. I love listening to things because I don't have a lot of time to read like the physical book, but there are some. Oh, the Spiral Brown. Yeah, you like that, huh?
Great question.
Yeah, it's a leadership one. It has like tabs on everything. I don't even really know if it's like different or it shows me like how to teach stuff in it, but it is great.
Can I ask real quick, are the versions that you have in your office, are they spiral bound?
No.
Dang, okay.
I have the regular book. This one I bought online, but I don't know if you want this one because this one, like I said, is like the teaching one, I think. I don't really know. I don't really know if it's different. I think the material is the same. So you could buy this one, but the ones that I have in my office are the regular. And Robin actually just through, is that leadership edition. So I don't know what is different about that.
On the Keller Inc. website, it says that it's tabbed and organized by sections and topic, making it easier to use, read, and share. So I think it's just maybe organized a little differently, but I think the information is the same.
Yeah, so get it. It's $40 for that one. I like it. It's a lot easier to use. Okay, so definitely the 2 books that I recommend are those 2. MREA, Millionaire Real Estate Agent, the one we're talking about, fantastic. And if you look in there, it talks all about database. And you look in there and you go, well, it goes all the way to like having a 7th level business. That's fine. Just focus on the first part then. The first part, and it goes into diagrams of like, if you talk to X amount of people and put X amount in your database, you are going to have business by the end of the year, like 24 deals or whatever it is, like 1,200. Never mind. You don't want to quote me on it because I'm not spitting out the right numbers. But if you do the activities, I always say this, if you do the activities, you're going to see the results. If you put that number of people in your database and you are doing we call it like a 36 touch, like you're sending out, let's say 12 monthly newsletters, a phone call every quarter, whatever it is, you're going to get the business. You just have to commit to putting the people in your database and doing those touches. And all the ideas are, this is like literally the real estate Bible, right? Everything is in here, what to do and how to do it. And then this one is just really good too. So I would say those 2. So actually, I say that the first 100 days, the goal should be to read both of those. I just changed it. And in the car, you can listen to the podcast. Do you guys have any questions? No? I'm going to send so that's all I have for you. I'm going to send, or Robin is actually going to send all of this stuff so we can send the links for the books. We can send the 15-day boot camp. And I challenge anybody to reach out to me, say that you're doing it and who your partner is. And even after you, like, if you go look at some houses, tell me, oh my God, I went with the deeds, it's so great. Or we went to Snohomish, we know why you love it, whatever. You know, oh, and then Robin just threw our emails in. So you can reach out to us anytime. Give me questions. If you want to know when the photographer's coming for headshots, who is going to raise their hand and commit to doing this challenge? I'm seeing the hands go up. Everybody not on camera. I'm pretending that you're behind your camera with your hand up in the air, like, yeah, me, zero fingers. Okay.
Definitely.
Hey, Erica's in. Oh, Haley's in. Okay, I love it. Are you guys going to commit to coming to all the ALUs this semester?
Yes.
If you guys do this and you do the activities, it's gonna happen. I promise. Okay, well, that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for coming. We'll send you the information. Have a good day, you guys.
And that's all sending out to our emails, correct?
Yes, we're gonna send out your emails. If you are, I'm just doing another plug right now. If you are in my office, we have our new agent orientation tomorrow. I'm bringing breakfast and lunch. It's 9 to noon. I really hope that you all come.
Breakfast and lunch. Wow.
Yeah, well, it's 9 to noon, so you get bagels and donuts and then whatever I order for lunch. Okay, bye guys.